I was born in Brooklyn, New York, circa 1975. Well, technically the Bronx for about a year. And then we moved to Brooklyn because we got robbed a lot there, apparently. So moved to Brooklyn and then went to the last year of middle school in Florida. Went to high school there, Fort Myers, Florida. So I'm a bit of a redneck Latina, I guess. Went to high school in Fort Myers, Florida, which I did not enjoy very much. It was kind of weird. It's pretty there, but it was a weird experience for me. And then lived in Miami for a while, which was fun, a little too much fun. And then I returned back to New York just after the World Trade Center fell. And I've been back here, back home ever since. It was a very different Brooklyn when I was growing up there. So I'm a Williamsburg native. It's a lot different than the Williamsburg we know now. A bit more dangerous, a lot more drugs on the street. Yeah, it wasn't a very safe area to walk around in. I remember my school had broken windows. People would throw rocks at the school, so we had schools with broken windows. And it would be very cold in the winter, so as students, we'd be sitting with coats on and jackets because the windows wouldn't get repaired. But it's nice to see they don't let them sit that way anymore. I wouldn't want to think it's because of a change in demographics, but I do think it is because of a change in demographics. So yeah, that's that I remember about going to school. I was hall monitor and coffee monitor and the blackboard monitor. It was back when you had to slap the chalk off the erasers, and it was, yeah. So I inhaled a lot of chalk dust. I don't know what effect that has had on me now, but yeah. My mother passed when I was very young. I have a dad and I have a brother. I was 9 years old when she passed, and that is still vivid. I wish it wasn't, but it is still vivid. So I was raised by my dad, pretty much. He remarried when I was 15. He remarried a wonderful woman. Her name is Gail. So she was very patient with helping raise two teenagers who were very much left of center. She's a good woman. And yeah, so I didn't learn girly skills, like how to do my hair and stuff like that. So I was always kind of a tomboy, I think, because I was surrounded by my dad and my brother, so that was my frame of reference, and I guess I still kind of am a bit of a tomboy. How do I cope with ADHD? That is a great question, because sometimes I feel like I'm coping with it and that I have it under control, and then other times I'm just like, whoa. I don't have it, it has me, and how do I manage? Day by day, I've chosen not to take medication for many reasons. Not that I wouldn't in the future, but for right now, I'm doing my best to manage without it, although it might be helpful, but I don't know. I like to do things the hard way, I guess. I'm stubborn. What made a really big difference is adopting a meditation practice, but there's only one style of meditation that really works, the non-directive style, because most other types of meditation actually make me more anxious and more distracted. The ones that tell you what to focus on in your body and what to visualize, I'm like, I don't want to visualize that, I can't. I'm visualizing something else. But yeah, there's another kind that, you know, works well with kids and stuff like that. So I do that every morning for 20 minutes. And what it does is, there's always at least 47 different thoughts, and they're kind of in a tornado like this. And thoughts spiral around. Sometimes they'll spiral back around in 5 minutes if I lose it. Sometimes it's 5 months later, and then I'm like, oh my God, that thing that I forgot, it's over there. But what it has helped me learn to do is kind of slow the whirlwind down a bit, and occasionally I can pick a clear thought out of it and look at it and be like, oh, that's what I have to do. So I have that tool now, and it's very helpful. It's not a cure, but it is a really good adaptation. I have a lot of alarms for things, and I have a lot of signs around my house to remind me to set alarms and to look at my alarms that work okay. It works better than not having them. But yeah, some of it is luck. Some of it is people understanding that I need to be reminded of things, and that's helpful. And some of it is just, I think I don't know, but I do manage. And physical activity is very important for me. I have to burn off a lot and kind of exhaust myself physically in certain ways to be able to focus on anything. And even when I'm doing that, I need external physical stimulation to help me focus, which is why I probably tap my leg a lot and play with my own hands and stuff. Yeah. So I think that, therapy helped, yeah. So I started going to therapy, and that was really helpful. Kind of to deconstruct the stigma around it, because there is a lot. And you tell people, or if you tell people, I don't tell everybody, because people are like, oh, that's a made-up thing, or they minimize it. Like, everybody has a little ADHD, and it's like, yeah, and everybody coughs, but it doesn't mean they have lung cancer. So it's when it becomes debilitating and affects quality of life and ability to just do basic tasks, I think it's a little bit of a different animal. It's nice to know I'm not the only one that struggles with basic functions like remembering to get groceries or remembering to eat sometimes, or sometimes, I mean, on the other side of that is those moments of hyper focus, which are amazing, and then that's I think when it becomes a superpower. I could be in the middle of a burning building and nothing will shake me from finishing the task at hand. So that's cool when I can harness that, which is, I don't know, the moon has to be in a certain phase, and when it happens, it's like it's like catching a wave when you're surfing. It's like when it's there, you ride it. All other times, I'm just kind of paddling, trying to stay afloat a bit. Yeah. They're like, oh, there's an electric bill here, and all these little things that are easy for most people are just, yeah, it's like trying to climb Mount Everest every day a little bit. And then there's other things that are not easy for people that I'm really good at. So I'm great in a crisis, so great, and I'm completely unflappable. And I think very well on my toes. And I think that's the thing with ADHDers. People are like, oh, just live in the moment. It's like, yeah, that's what we do to a fault almost. So I have no problem living in the moment. It's looking at moments further ahead or recognizing consequences from before that are, that's the challenge. But yeah, I'm still here and I'm doing pretty damn well. So I guess I have managed one way or another. So